Here it is. This is the conveyor. Both of them are running right now. This one from here on is actually only hooked up by itself. It's not mechanically connected at all on this side, but that side there is totally connected to there and then this. So once you connect that little coupler there, then this is all connected the way it should be. And then up underneath there, in the middle, you'll see there's a regulator I put in there, and then there's also the hookup for the compressed air. So let's see how this thing works. So I'm not going to fold this down and run it. I already proved it worked before, and now I'm up to 6 power supplies I blew up. And I think that that's actually because they are all of the same batch power supply. They must have done something stupid like use silver contacts on a connector or a bad capacitor or something. But anyway, so I switched everything to 5 amp solar power supplies, and everything seems to be working fine. So anyway, found my solenoid problem. So here's what we got. As this thing's coming down, you've got 4 sensors. So if you remember the way that I showed you before, here is the way it hooks up. So it will actually look like this. So anyway, we've got 4 sensors. This one right here is the small box stop sensor. So that's the small box stop. This one right here is the small box sensor that says that hey, there's a box that should be carted off of here. And so what I'll show you with this one is that when it goes down, you'll see those things will come up here in a second. Actually, you know what? I got to turn it on. Okay, so this will be the small box sensor. Right now, everything's off. You see no lights. So, and then here's the large box sensor from here to there, and right there. And so that large box sensor, the only reason that it is good for anything is that when we turn the switch on to kick it off the side, then that will be telling how it goes. And then the last sensor is the one you guys are going to have to put on your conveyor when you get it there, and that's this one. This is the large box start sensor. So if you look, it is the last 2 inches or whatever, 1.5 inches or whatever away, and you got to make sure that when this thing is on that nothing's in between it. So anyway, let's turn it on and show you. The little rattling you hear, there's actually a right in there, there is a yellow thing that is just a little bit too far that way for some reason. And then the other thing is that these bands need to be tightened. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these things back a little bit, and that will allow it to go for this. I might actually put some O-rings in there. We need to get some new bands that just are roller-to-roller bands. There's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them in here. So anyway, and then that being said, let me show you the controller. Here's the controller. Like I said, red light means power's on, but nothing's going to happen because it's turned off right now, that the main the program is off. Green light means it's going good, and if the green light's on but you get a red light flashing, it means you've got a box jam. 3 of these sensors, this one, that one, and that one, you've got a 10-second delay. So if any box hits there more than 10 seconds, it's going to start this top red light flashing. If this small box one, I figured if you got like a lot of large boxes through there, it's got a 30-second delay right now. So how about we turn it on and see? There is a power supply, or I put in on the inside here, you can see there's a surge suppressor in there, and you would have thought that would have helped those power supplies, but it didn't seem to. So let's turn it on and see what we get. It should have a red light almost immediately. Okay, there's a red light. Program is running. The minute you turn it on, the program is running. So red means stop, green means go. Let's press green. Okay, so green, when green is on, you will see, I don't know if you can see that, but it says system on. Actually, you know what? It doesn't. You have to press escape, and it says system on. So traffic cop. If I turn it, put the red button here, then you'll see red light goes on, and that will say system off. So the minute I hit the green button again, we get a green light, and it says system on. So system on means it's good to go. So anyway, there's that power supply. This one's a 5 amp solar power supply, and actually I'm not giving it the ability to pick between 110 and 220. So anyway, and then pretty much this is it. No contactors or anything in there. I've got everything almost direct drive and controlling all the solenoids. So now that this is on, I'll show you. That sensor will not do anything by itself if a box is there. It's only if the far sensor for the large boxes actually has something, then within 10 seconds, if a box hits this, it's going to stop that 2.5 feet, and that will stop all boxes coming this way, and it will keep it from going on here. The other thing is, if a box hits that while there is a box hitting this one on here, it's going to stop all boxes the minute this is actuated or that's actuated, so no jams happen. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to just kind of trigger this right now, and then a second after I do it, both those will actually pop up and then start scooting it over. So, and there they go. You can kind of see them go over, and stays open, I think, 2.5 seconds. So anyway, so let's go ahead and see. And then the other little thing I'll show you later, this is the right takeoff. So if it's there, then it is going to shoot this stuff off to the right. So anyway, that being said, here is the gate that I told you about. This gate, all this is to stop boxes when they come in here, and you're going to have this gate down, which will be your main mode of operation. When that gate's down, so long as this is plugged in, then all the things will just start going off. I'm not going to do that because I'm tired of blowing up power supplies. I think that one's good, but I'm not going to chance it anymore. So here's the gate. So when the boxes are going to go lengthwise like normal, this gate will be like this. When you want it so that they have an offshoot sideways, then you have to just pick this up out of the thing. Make sure you totally miss all of that, and then it goes down into that pin there. So that the boxes will hit this, but you know, so long as they're not too short or whatever, it's just going to kick them off to the side. You might find out that if you have too many small boxes, you might actually put a bar or something here, like right in here. But anyway, for now, let's just try it in regular mode here. And you don't want to trigger that that sensor when this gate's going by, because you don't want to hang this up on these. So very expensive bands, and you definitely don't want to break one. So anyway, so here, let's go ahead and shove up some boxes on here and see what we got. So first things first, we'll do one box by itself on the small box line. So let's just shove a box on there. We don't really even care exactly how it goes. So here it goes down, and sensor number one shouldn't do a thing. When it gets down here, it should kick it off, come back down, hit that little thing, and then it'll kick it back and then shove it back down the line. So, and like I said, I'm not going to fold this down because I'm tired of fiddling with it. So that's one box on the small box line. How about we do two boxes on the small box line? So here's one box, and here is two boxes going down the small box line, just in case they really get fast. So now that sensor should start doing something. Okay, so I held up the second one, got rid of this one, and once it released it, then it kicks off the second one this way, slams it up there, kicks it back a little bit, and shoots it down. So, ta-da. So there's two boxes. How about we do more than two boxes? How about we do a large box and a small box? So I'm going to put a large box on here. Remember, we got a 10-second delay and a small box going at the same time down there. So when the small box gets down there, it should stop it when it hits that sensor to allow the large box to go. So it did stop it. Now it kicks it off here, and it's going to kick it off to the side. Well, that one kind of was a fail. But the good news is that if a small box like that gets stuck like that, it's not going to affect too many of your other small boxes. But you might want to put a bar this way, or just disconnect like these rollers here so that it can't go any farther. So anyway, once it gets there, then it's going to kick it back. So then let's do multiple boxes on here. So how about we do a box over there, another box over there, and a big box over here. So remember, that's going to stop because it says, hey, big box coming through, get out of my way. And so it just keeps going on down. Okay, and now that one's going to come on over, and kick over. And it stopped that one. And it's going to have that one come on over. But that's probably the limit of too small of a box. So we probably end up, you guys will have to check on it and see, but you'll probably end up having to put a bar over here as a stop or something, just like 6 inches in. That way, anytime a box gets in here, then it's going to kick it out. So, and that's pretty much it, Sam. So, oh wait, hey, you know what? No, how about we do side shoot? So, okay, so side shoot. Oh, hey, the thing I told you about, if a box sits here on this sensor, 10 seconds is what you got. In 10 seconds, this thing's going to start flashing. And that's why I would put this where you could actually see the 2 lights. Oh, there it is. It says, hey, you got a box jam. So too many boxes on here. You got 10 seconds to make sure they're all cleared off of here. Otherwise, it's going to reject it. The minute the box here is off of that, then it will stop. And it says it's good. So anyway, but that's pretty much it. There is those. And then, okay, next up. Here's the option, and what we're going to do is, this is going to be side shoot. So to kick it off to the right, that way, and to ignore this gate will be up, ignore my trash here. Then what we're going to do is move this gate up and over. So get it up far enough out of there, and move it into there. Okay. Uh-oh, I must be doing something screwy.